Shalom. I'm Brother Yawanathan, a servant for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, a prisoner of hope, a Hebrew Israelite scattered among the heathen. Luke 13 and 34. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that murders the prophets and stones the messengers sent to her. And that's what Jerusalem does. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. How often have I longed to gather your children as hens gather her broths under her wings, but you would not let me. Look, look, there is your temple. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that murders the prophets and stones the messengers sent to her. Yes, and we know Jerusalem is the children of Israel, the house of Israel. It's a people before it's a place. How often have I longed to gather your children as hens gathered her broths under her wings, but you would not let me. Yes, so the Lord want to gather you, but you too stiff-necked and hard-headed and rebellious. There is your, look, there is your temple forsaken by God, and I will tell you, you shall never see me until the time comes when say, blessed on him who comes in the name of Yahweh. Yes. So when you see Yahweh Shai come and crack them skies, you'll say, blessed on him who comes in the name of Yahweh. Matthews 5 and 10. How blessed are they who have suffered persecution for the cause of right. The kingdom of heaven is theirs. How blessed you are when you suffer insults and persecution and every kind of calumny for my sake. And calumny, the act of making a statement about someone that is not true and intends to damage the reputation of that person. Yes, and that's what they, tend and been doing. A 10 on doing and been doing. Trying to damage the reputation of the Lord's elect, of the Hebrew Israelites, the man out here preaching the word. Accept it with gladness and exaltation, for you have a rich reward in heaven, in the same way they persecuted the prophets before you. Yes. So this is no new thing to the prophets. Every time the prophets reappear on the earth, they persecute them, they slay them, they kill them, they talk bad about them, they put smut on their name. Matthews 24 and 9. You will then be handed over for punishment and execution, and men of all nations will hate you for your alliance to me. So for your alliance to me, for alliance to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, for all men will hate you. Not just a few of them, but all. Why? Because, let's get it. Matthews 19 and 10, starting at, I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. And that's why you're hated of all men, because you have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Yes. So that's why all men hate, because you have an alliance with our Lord Yahweh Shai, the first fruits, the remnant. Many will fall from their faith. They will betray one another and hate one another. Yes. So they're going to hate one another and fall from the faith. Let's get Jeremiah 9 and 4. Jeremiah 9 and 4. But let's go back first to many will fall from their faith. They will betray one another and hate one another. Now let's go to Jeremiah 9 and 4. Take ye heed every one his neighbor, and trust ye not any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander. Yes, and we know that them times are here right now, because we're living in the last days. And supplant means to take the heel of, and try to get in front of your brother, or try to get in front of the person. Supplant. Many false prophets will arise and will mislead many. And as lawless spreads, man's love for one another will grow cold. But the man who holds out to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed through the earth as a testimony to all nations. And then the end will come. So as it says in Matthew 24, and 7, for nation shall, let's start at 6, as ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yes, so these prophecies must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. So these are the beginnings of sorrow. When brothers turn against each other, when Esau, plant spies in the camp to infiltrate the camps. Revelations 2 and 9. I know how hard pressed you are and poor, and yet you are rich. I know how you are slandered, but those who claim to be Jews, by those who claim to be Jews, but are not. They are Satan's synagogues. Do not be afraid of the suffering to come. The devil will throw some of you in prison to put you to the test. Yes. And this is, we're reading out the New English Bible, the Oxford Cambridge. The devil would throw some of you into prison to put you to the test. And for 10 days you will suffer cruelly. Yes. And 10 means a completion. You know, you're not going to be in there for 10 days. 10 mean completion. Only be faithful to death, and I will give you the crown of life. Hear you, you who have ears to hear what the Spirit says to the church. He who is victorious cannot be harmed by the second death. So you're not going to be harmed, you know, but you're going to go, the Lord's going to put you through the test. He's going to try you like gold to see the contents of you, to see what make of you is, to make sure you're worthy to receive that crown of life. Psalms 55. Psalms 55 and 12. For it was not an enemy that reapproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. This is the King James Bible. Then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man, my equal, my guide, my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked into the house of Yahweh in company. Yeah. So the brothers that you took sweet counsel with, that you learned these precepts by precepts, that you was in the camp with. For it was not an enemy that reapproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man of my equal, my guide, and my acquaintance. So it was the brother, your own brother that you was out there precepts after precepts with, preaching the word of the Lord. Matthew 10 and 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, because you carry the testimony of Yahweh Shai. And that brother that turned you in or turned against you, you know, he wasn't carrying the testimony of Yahweh Shai. He was carrying the FBI badge. You know, he was a traitor. But he that endures to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye. into another. For verily I say unto ye, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man comes. Yes, so we're not going to the promised land till Yahweh Shah come and cast judgment, his Father's appointed judgment on the earth. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. You know, so the same thing that Yahweh Shah went through, persecution and all that, the disciples gonna have to go through. The man of the Lord, the servants, the prophets that they love to kill, that they love to hurt. Jerusalem, Jerusalem. Second Corinthians 4:16. For which cause we faint not, but through our outer man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceedingly and eternal weight of glory. Yes. So for our light affliction, you know, when we look back, it's only going to be a light affliction that we went through when they turned against us. When Revelations 12:12 come. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. So yes, that devil, he's going to come down with wrath, you know. He's going to persecute us. He's going to put us in prison. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Yes. So the Lord, he's going to lift up a standard. He's going to give us those spiritual powers, you know. But the enemy will come in like a flood. Job 19:22. Why do you persecute me as God and are not satisfied with my flesh? You know, so that's how they're going to persecute us. They're going to persecute us like their God. They're going to come down on us real strong, real hard, real heavy. Psalms 69 and 26. For they persecuted him who has smitten, and they talk to the grief of those who that has wounded. Yes. So, for they persecute him who has they smitten. Just like they smitted on Lord Yahweh Shai, they're going to persecute us also. Like the servant is no higher than the master, than the Lord. So the same things that our Lord Yahweh Shai went through, we're going to have to go through. If you're that remnant, if you're them first fruits. First Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always bounding in the work of Yahweh, for as much as ye know that your labors is not in vain in Yahweh. So the labors are not in vain. Everything we put to work on this earth, the Lord, He respects that. Hebrews 1 and 7. And of the angels he said, who maketh his angels spirit, and his ministers as a flame of fire. Skip to verse 14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heritage of salvation? Yes. So these ministering spirits that help the men of the Lord come out here, as it says in Job, he opens the ears of man while they're asleep and put in the message, roughly quoting it. Bugs. Let's move right here. Luke 8 and 17. For nothing is secret that shall be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Yes. So everything, these hidden mysteries in this book, the Lord has brought them to light. Nothing's going to be hid. Jeremiah 17 and 18. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destruction, them with a double destruction, and destroy them with a double destruction. So let me run that back one more time. And let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. Yes. So when they come upon us, that's what we're expecting from the Lord to do, to destroy them with a double destruction. When they make their move, Psalms 35 and 4. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Yes. Let them be confused. Let them and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Run that back one more time. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. Yes, we know who devised our hurt. Esau, Edom, the Edomite villains. As it says in Psalm 7 and 15, he made a pit and digged it, and it fall into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own plate. Yes. So it's gonna come return back to sender on what you try to do for us, that what you try to hurt us with and harm us with, gonna come upon your own plate. As it says in Genesis. Genesis 49 and 20. But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but Yahweh meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it to this day, to save much people alive. So ye thought evil against me. Esau, he thought to do us wrong, to do us real evil, to do us real dirty. But the Lord, he said, I'm gonna do that to good. But Yahweh meant it unto good. Yes. So the evil that you meant for us, the Lord Yahweh shall gonna turn it for good to us. With that, we're going to say, turn to the east. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shaka Krakadash. Shalom.